things are gonna get heated tomorrow.
Oh, things are gonna heat up, and look at we got our first player interview of the day. Things are really heating up right now.
Right here.
We got Ray Buchanan Jr. fresh off his flight, checking in. How's Bedford treating you, right?
Oh, it's good. It's good. You know, the snow hit us Friday, but you know, today and from here on out, it's gonna get better. So
now, this platform we were just talking to Coach is a chance for FCS guys to compete with FBS and Power 5, and you know, really, the scouts are gonna get a chance to see everybody equally compete. But I want to ask you, coming in with that label, do you feel an extra chip on your shoulder? Does it feel like you have a little extra something to prove to the scouts?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like there's always, when you're coming from a small school, you have something to prove, especially when you're going against bigger talent, FBS, SEC schools, ACC schools. I mean, we have all talent here from all different levels, and yeah. So I just think that it's going to be a challenge for us, and I'm ready to take on the challenge. To be honest, I'm ready to prove to everybody what I can do. Yeah,
we got a couple Northern Iowa guys this year, and I think a lot of scouts are going to be attracted to that program. You should have a good turnout for your pro day, and it's a chance now. You guys will have 8 hours of meetings with NFL teams today, so a chance to kind of lay some of that foundation work. Some of these guys will be out there at your pro day, so you can kind of put a face to the name, to the team, and then follow up with them at your pro day. But you also have strong bloodlines with NFL teams, and not too many players. You know, the draft process is so tough because your season ends, you got to choose an agent, find out where you're going to train. And I always tell players, like, unless you had a relative or a parent or a member of your family play in the NFL, you don't know how to navigate through this process. Now, you have the benefit of being able to pick Pop's brain a little bit and kind of steer you through that. So how was that process for you?
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a minute, even before the season, about, you know, what's going to happen, you know, after my senior season, and just having him to just talk to and be able to have that experience, to have my father playing in the NFL has been a real blessing. And just to be able to have the connections that he has in order to help me get to where I'm at today, especially finding an agent, and like you were saying, finding an agent, find a place to train, and then get my name out there, especially to these NFL scouts and everything that we're going to be speaking to this week. Yeah, I think that's a blessing. And, that's a blessing. So.
And yeah, obviously your father was a big time defensive back in the league, and then obviously being at Northern Iowa, you've been able to play with quite a few pretty good defensive backs there as well. DeAndre Hall, Mackington, Dorleon. I mean, they're last year, both of those guys, they're now in the league. I mean, I guess what kind of advice, if any, have those guys given you? And I guess just talk about the success that you guys have there in the defensive backfield at Northern Iowa. I mean, there's a lot of talent. Obviously on the entire team, but especially that defense.
Yeah, definitely. You know, David Johnson was there my first year when I got there. But yeah, they're starting to become a pipeline there at UNI, and they know how to recruit there. That's one thing that they know how to do. And Coach Brandon Lynch, he was our defensive back coach over there. He's the one who brought Mackington Dorleon in there and coached up DeAndre, because DeAndre, he came from nickel and didn't really know anything about, DB, and then came in there, and I mean, he's a playmaker, so he got everything down. Yeah. So he's a baller, and both of them are in the NFL now. And, that's a blessing, and I think the advice that they gave over through the years, they didn't really say much to me about this process, but learning behind them, how to play, how to get your name out there by making plays on the field. I feel like that spoke for itself, and I kind of fed off that energy that they brought when they were on the field. So.
And of course, I got to ask you, it seems like I've been asking this to just about everybody that's playing in the Missouri Valley, but just talk about the talent in that conference and, you know, I mean, the SEC of the FCS and what it's been like to go up against that talent week in and week out. I mean, you can't take any days off. You can't take anyone for granted.
Yeah, definitely. You know, our practice would be really tough, especially at our school. And when we're prepping for those teams, especially in our conference, like North Dakota State, you got South Dakota State, just all those schools. Youngstown,
just playing in the FCS championship game yesterday.
Yeah, I think that was one of the toughest games we played this year, besides North Dakota State. But yeah, I just think that, you know, that conference alone separated itself from other conferences just because of the competition. Everybody wanted to compete. Everybody was physical, and everybody wanted to win. So
a lot of good teams, a lot of good players. Looking back at it, any receiver that you went up against throughout your career one-on-one that really put in some way, maybe gave you were surprised on the field, maybe you had to do a little extra film study. Who stood out to you? Who was a tough matchup, and how did you do?
I would say Lance Lenoir from Western Illinois. I think he's going to be in the NFLPA Bowl.
Yep.
But yeah, definitely going against him this past year. That was really tough, and I like when players, like, you know, wide receivers, when they like to talk back, you know, like making fun out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know.
So you like to chatter a little bit out there, get inside their heads, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So what? So it sounds like you and him chatted a little bit out there. What was that exchange like?
Yeah. We chat a little bit. We go back and forth. I know. I think it was after I think I had a pass breakup or something. I wasn't really talking to him. I was talking to one of my teammates, and he said something back to me. So then we were kind of going back and forth, and that's how it started.
Okay.
Yeah, that actually brings energy to the game, and I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. I know you're training in Atlanta with Chip Smith.
Yes.
What's that process been like, getting ready for obviously combine?
A lot of good players down there too.
Getting ready for your pro day. What has that been like, training with Chip Smith, and I guess what are some of the numbers that you're looking to kind of bring down on pro day?
Yeah, definitely. So I've been training with Chip since I was little. I go in and out back when it all started in high school when I started training over there. But yeah, we're good family friends because my dad, he trained the DBs going to the draft, and then he trained some guys that come back from the NFL, and they also go and train at Chip Smith's place in Atlanta at Hammersmith. But yeah, it's been a great experience so far, you know, training for the draft. And Jay from Iowa State's there with me, and Tyson Graham from South Dakota State. Oh, not South Dakota State. South Dakota.
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that.
But it's been a blessing, and just to learn from them, like, to, you know, there's certain steps you got to take in the 40-yard dash, and certain steps and techniques for the short show and all that stuff.
It's not just a straight shot. There's a lot to it.
Yeah, there's always technique to everything. But yeah, if you got speed, you got speed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking to drop my 40 down. Last time I ran my 40 was actually in high school. Hand clock, I ran 4.47. But
so you're trying to take that 4.47 down?
Yeah, I'm trying to take it down to like a low 4.4. So
okay,
we'll see what happens on pro day.
Well, obviously you're going to be training for the measurables and everything like that. But how about when you get with your positional coaches and you work on trying to improve your game? What is an area of your game between now and the draft that you'll be working on trying to get better at, you think?
Yeah, definitely. I'll be working with my pops over there.
Okay.
He's actually training the DB, so. I think that one thing that I will be working on will be my press coverage. We ran a lot of press over there in Northern Iowa, and I think that's what stands out. That's why the NFL team tried to come to Northern Iowa to see what kind of talent we have, because, you know, we got a lot of guys that run man coverage.
What's it like with Pops, to not to cut you off? Like, does he get on your ass, or does he?
Oh yeah.
Like, is he harder on you than the other players, or how does that coaching relationship work? Because that could be an interesting. dynamic, huh?
Yeah, definitely. He'll get on all of us. You know, it's his constructive criticism. You know, he doesn't want to put anybody down, but he will get on you.
Well, he played at a very high level for a long time.
Definitely, yeah, 12 years. He played with the Colts for 4, the Falcons for 7, and the Raiders for 1.
Oh, you don't need to tell me. He's making plays all the time, man. Coming through in the clutch, and
Yes, sir.
that's a blessing too. Like, just to have that experience, as we talked, you know, he can give you little pointers. He's played at the highest level, and that's an inside edge.
Oh yeah,
I mean, the name alone,
Yeah.
will make you want to, look him up.
yeah, check. Yeah.
Now, what about social media? Are you a guy that's going to be on social media? Some guys get off social media for the draft process.
Yeah.
What's going to be your outlook on that?
I like tweeting a lot of funny things, like funny videos and stuff like that on Twitter, but I think I'm gonna have to calm down on that a little bit.
Because you know the NFL teams now are going to be watching.
Oh yes, definitely.
They like the funny videos too, though.
Oh yeah, it's funny. Nothing explicit, but funny videos. But
So if they want to follow you out there, hit them with the handle and the tags or wherever you're at out there on Instagram, Twitter,
oh
Facebook.
yeah, yep, Twitter, Ray Buchanan Jr.
Simple.
Easy, simple.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to say to the people out there before we let you wrap up? I'm looking forward to seeing you strap it up.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm ready to compete out there. I'm ready to get out there. I'm not here to make friends or anything. I know a lot of
business
people
trip, yeah.
It's a business trip. So
That's right. You got the right
impression-
approach.
What impressions do you want to leave on these NFL scouts once the event's over?
I want to outwork my opponents. I want to outwork the receiver. I want to outwork the DBs. I'm not pointing anybody out, but I'm not trying to sound arrogant or anything. But I just want them to. I just want to stand out. So.
Now, have you peeked at the roster at all? Who you're going to be going up against and stuff like that yet? Or?
No. I haven't peeked at the roster. I want to wait till I get out there. I want to see what kind of talent.
You're just going to come bring it. You don't care. You're not worried about nobody else. You're just going to do me.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that.
Line up against the guy in front of you.
Yeah, so if you focus, honestly, if you're just worried about yourself and just worried about you, then I think we won't have any problems out there. So.
I like it. Thank you, Ray, for joining us, and
thank you.
we'll be seeing you sooner rather than later.
Yes, sir.
And we got more media hanging out in the lobby
Fantastic
here.
career at UNI, and best of luck this weekend.
Oh yeah, thank you.
And you should go see our guy Blake, get some more media publicity. That's what we do here, College Gridiron Showcase. Go see my man Blake. We'll catch up with you. Thank you,
2017
Ray.
College Gridiron
Appreciate it.
Showcase Spotlight Show, presented by Halo Neuroscience.